The value of time, words, and opportunity. There are three things that never return once they're gone: time, words, and opportunity. So don't waste your hours, speak with intention, and never let a chance slip away. When people speak badly about you behind your back, don't let it bother you. It only means you're ahead of them. We live two lives, and the second truly begins the moment we realize we only have one. Most men neglect their own garden while trying to weed someone else's. Before you start a journey of revenge, remember this: you'll need two graves, one for your enemy and one for yourself. Defeat carries 1,000 lessons, while victory often teaches only one. If you're trapped in sadness, your heart is stuck in the past. If you're filled with worry, your mind is already in the future. But if you feel peace, you're living fully in the present. The longest journey begins with a single step. We often work harder to convince others that we're happy than to actually be happy. A healthy person desires countless things. A sick person wants only one: to be well. Keep your mind clear. When your thoughts are pure, your actions follow. The man who believes he can and the man who believes he cannot both are right. Learn constantly, as if knowledge might slip away at any moment. Don't point out the snow on your neighbor's roof if your own doorstep is still unclean. When you choose hate, you've already lost the battle. It's more shameful to distrust a true friend than to be deceived by one. When you're strong, appear gentle. When you're weak, appear calm and composed. Flattery is the enemy that disguises itself as praise. But the one who dares to tell you the truth, even when it hurts, that's the one who helps you grow. Knowing what's right but refusing to do it, that's the greatest form of cowardice. What a caterpillar sees as the end of the world, the rest of nature calls a butterfly. If you try to walk two roads at once, you'll end up going nowhere. The one who finds contentment in what they have is truly rich. The wise person uses things. The foolish person is used by them. A true leader guides through example, not through control. Even the sharpest sword will rust if left in salt water. Human nature leans towards selfishness. Goodness is a conscious act, not an accident. In the middle of chaos lies opportunity. If you wish to lead others, begin by following them. When anger rises, stop. Think about what it will cost you. To understand your enemy, you must first understand yourself and sometimes even become them. If you find yourself as the smartest person in the room, it's time to find another room. Opportunities multiply once you start seizing them. Let go of the need to possess and you'll find peace. The ones who laugh the loudest often hide the deepest sorrow. When you release who you think you are, you discover who you're meant to be. The man who moves mountains starts by lifting small stones. Before going to war, count the cost. The soft often overcomes the hard. The weak can triumph over the strong. Be subtle, so subtle that no one can see your form. Be silent, so silent that no one can predict your move. That's how you control the fate of your opponent. True words rarely sound pleasant, and pleasant words are rarely true. The clever warrior is not the one who simply wins, but the one who wins with ease. If you live only for others' approval, you'll end up their prisoner. The ancients spoke little because they valued actions over promises. Keep your word, and you'll never need to speak much. Above all, believe in yourself. Flow, thought, and presence. Nothing is softer or more adaptable than water. Yet nothing is stronger when it meets resistance. Every answer exists, but not every question has been asked. When your mind is willing, the body can endure almost anything. Guard your thoughts, for they shape your words. Guard your words, for they form your actions. Your actions become habits. Your habits shape your character, and your character defines your destiny. Great outcomes often spring from small beginnings. The wise avoid extremes, walking the middle path. Greatness lies in keeping a childlike heart alive within an adult soul. Advice comes in drops, yet we tend to pour it out in buckets. Think carefully before you act. When knowledge spreads too widely, people become harder to guide. If your words add nothing to silence, remain silent. True mastery is not about winning every battle, but defeating without the need to fight. Nature never rushes, yet everything gets done. Treat others as you wish to be treated yourself. Justice may move slowly, but it never stops. From the moment we're born, we begin to die, so use your time well. Study the past if you wish to understand the future. Loving your friends is easy. Loving your enemies, that's where real wisdom begins. Knowledge is a treasure, but practice is the key to unlock it. You can only conquer bad habits today, not tomorrow. Those who truly know often stay silent. Those who talk the most usually know the least. You can't trust someone who has nothing left to lose. Find work that you love, and you'll never feel burdened by it. Handle great things while they are still small. Prepare for difficulty while life is still simple. Talk less, act more. Life is simple. It's we who insist on making it complicated. If you try to defend everything, you weaken everything. Life moves in cycles of change. Don't resist it, that only brings pain. Let reality unfold naturally, like a river finding its way. You can't rewrite yesterday. Focus on the road ahead. An enemy is simply a friend who knows too much about you. Conquering others brings power. Conquering yourself brings freedom, truth, justice, and the way of simplicity. Feed a man for a day, and he'll eat once. Teach him to feed himself, and he'll live for a lifetime. Order gives birth to disorder. Courage can turn into fear. Strength can decay into weakness. Everything carries its opposite within it. Stop chasing what isn't meant for you, and what's truly yours will find you. Seek too hard, and it will slip away. Let go, and it will appear. It doesn't matter how slow your progress is, only that you don't stop. A master craftsman never changes his method to please a careless apprentice. Beware of sweetness laced with poison, and kindness hiding sharp intent. Even a fly that rests on a dead serpent still carries danger. The man who clings too tightly to life often dies first because fear consumes him. Those who've never seen the horrors of war will never truly understand the value of peace. Time is a creation of our minds. Saying, "I don't have time," really means I choose not to. The noble person takes responsibility for himself. The small-minded one always blames others. Water never takes a fixed shape, and neither should you. In battle, there are no constants. Adapt, flow, and become whatever the moment demands. Fill your bowl to the edge, and it will overflow. Sharpen your blade endlessly, and it will soon go dull. Even friendship must have balance, for too much grasping turns warmth into burden. True friends are siblings, chosen by the heart, not by blood. It's better to light a single candle than curse the dark. Every creature, when cornered, will fight back its nature's way. The wise who know the truth sometimes pretend not to. The ignorant often pretend they understand. To be shown something is to remember it for a while. To be involved in it is to understand it for life. When you start living for approval, you hand over your freedom. You become a prisoner to the opinions of others. Completing a task is like digging a well. You can dig 70 feet, but if you stop just before reaching water, you've wasted it all. Sometimes loss becomes profit. Sometimes profit becomes loss. Everything depends on timing, balance, and perspective. The moment you begin to sense right and wrong within your heart, that's the first step toward wisdom. Greed is the greatest crime, discontent, the greatest misfortune, and endless desire, the deepest curse. Fight the darkness within yourself before pointing fingers at others. Control your thoughts. They are the seeds of your future actions. Complaining about pain only gives it more power. Laugh at it, and it loses its grip. Forgiveness is the weapon that lifts you above those who wrong you. There are 3 ways to learn wisdom. First, through reflection, which is the purest path. Second, through imitation, which is the easiest. Third, through experience, which is the hardest. Truth isn't always beautiful, and beauty isn't always true. People fail not because they cannot act, but because they hesitate to. Whoever makes you angry holds power over you. Let go of anger, and you reclaim control. Be content with what you already have. Find joy in the way things are. When you see that nothing is missing, the whole world opens itself to you. The road of life isn't about the destination, it's about the journey. Never say never. Life moves fast, and everything changes. Your life becomes what your thoughts make it. Sometimes we gain more by losing, and lose more by gaining. No matter how busy you think you are, make time to read, or surrender to ignorance of your own choosing. When you stop clinging to who you think you are, you become who you're meant to be. Happiness is being understood. Greater happiness is being loved. But true happiness is found when you love. Temperance is the first step toward virtue, and virtue is the foundation of moral strength. We see much, but notice little. The snow goose stays white without washing, just as you become pure by simply being yourself. A wise person understands how little he truly knows. Respect yourself, and others will respect you. If you don't believe in life, life itself won't believe in you. What's considered evil today may be seen as good tomorrow. Perspective changes with time. I have only 3 treasures to share: simplicity, patience, and compassion. Hold on to them, and you hold the universe in your hands. To be deeply loved gives you strength. To deeply love gives you courage. The way is close at hand, yet people search for it in faraway places. It lives in the simple things, yet we chase after the complicated. Every ending that breaks your heart is only a new beginning in disguise. Forget the injuries, but never forget the kindness. The restless soul sees only what it desires. The calm soul sees what's truly there. Beauty exists everywhere, but not everyone is able to see it. Time, destiny, and the rhythm of life. The path of truth is wide and clear. The difficulty isn't in finding it, it's that people refuse to walk it. A person without a sense of shame has already lost something sacred. To lose the feeling of shame is to fall into true shamelessness. Stay flexible, and you'll never break. Stay humble, and you'll never be empty. When you give too much of yourself, you renew what's within. Wear out your body in service, and your spirit will remain new. A man chasing two rabbits catches neither. Health is the greatest wealth. Contentment is the greatest treasure. Confidence is the best companion. A trail that's often walked soon becomes a clear path, but when left unused, it quickly fades under grass. Habits work the same way. What you repeat grows stronger. What you neglect disappears. It's easy to hate and hard to love. That's the balance of the world. All valuable things demand effort, while destruction comes easily. Every good thing requires patience, while every bad thing waits for a moment of weakness. The whole being of a wise person knows without needing to be taught, sees without needing to look, and acts without forcing effort. Learning without reflection is like eating without digestion. Thinking without learning is like wandering in darkness. Treat others as you wish to be treated yourself. That's the shortest road to kindness. Success and failure are two sides of the same coin. Hope and fear come from the same root. Those who are truly virtuous don't boast of their virtue, and that's what makes them virtuous. To make a mistake and refuse to correct it, that's the only real mistake. The wise who wish to rise above others first learn to stand below them. Those who want to lead must first learn to follow. Humility brings greatness. Pride invites downfall. The one who insults you unknowingly gives you something of his own. His negativity becomes yours only if you accept it. When you forgive, you return that energy transformed into strength. The good man is a teacher to the bad. The bad man is the lesson of the good. Neither can exist without the other. Learn as though you'll never have enough knowledge, and as though you're afraid of forgetting what you already know. If you live alone for too long, solitude becomes your companion. But fear of being alone blinds you from discovering who you really are. Open a book, and you open another world. Every page has something to teach, even when you think it doesn't. When the natural fire of desire is repressed too long, it turns to unrest. Moderation is the balance between need and excess. Stay true to yourself, and stop comparing your path with others. Those who don't compete end up admired by all. If someone tries to offend you deeply, it reveals more about their pain than your worth. They harm themselves before they ever harm you. Courage takes two forms. One dares to die, the other dares to truly live. Our greatest glory isn't in never falling, but in rising every time we fall. A wise person clings to what's essential, letting go of the trivial. He acts with honesty, not out of rules or rewards. Don't worry if the world doesn't recognize you. Focus instead on being worth knowing. Once you no longer fear death, there's nothing left to fear. The superior person speaks modestly but acts with excellence. Those who rush toward results achieve nothing lasting. But those who begin carefully and finish with care rarely fail. The one who asks a question may appear foolish for a moment. The one who never asks remains foolish forever. When desire is suppressed for too long, even passion itself fades. Truth spoken before its time is a dangerous thing, for ears unready will reject what eyes have not yet seen. When true virtue fades, kindness appears. When kindness weakens, justice rises. When justice crumbles, only etiquette remains, and etiquette without heart is the seed of hypocrisy. Brilliance never comes without patience. Great achievements are born from dull persistence. Recognizing your smallness is the beginning of greatness. A humble man holds more power than he knows. Friendship is one mind shared by two hearts. Those who understand measure are satisfied with their place. Pride, when left unchecked, brings ruin. Sometimes yielding leads to victory. Sometimes taking a step back moves you ahead. Water teaches this by bending. It overcomes the stone. Thought, learning, and forgiveness. True understanding begins when pride ends. When you stop pretending to know everything, wisdom quietly enters. Measure what you say, for silence often holds deeper truth than speech. An empty noise gains nothing. Stillness reveals everything. To accuse others is easy. To correct yourself is strength. To face your own flaws without judgment, that's wisdom. The evil within is harder to conquer than the enemy outside. The first battle every man must win is the one inside his own heart. Guard your thoughts carefully. They are the architects of your future actions. Every seed planted in your mind grows into a habit, and every habit shapes the world you live in. To complain about pain doubles it. To laugh at it destroys its power. Rise above offense not by striking back, but by forgiving. Forgiveness is not surrender, it's freedom. Wisdom is learned in three ways. Through reflection, the noblest path. Through imitation, the easiest path. Through experience, the hardest path of all. Truth isn't always beautiful, and beauty isn't always truth. Many fail not from inability, but from hesitation. The chains that bind us are often forged from our own doubts. Whoever controls your anger controls you. Peace begins the moment you stop letting others press your buttons. Be content with what you have. Rejoice in the way things are. When you realize that nothing is missing, the entire world belongs to you. The road of life exists for traveling, not for arriving. Never say never, because time changes everything. Life moves quickly. Nothing stays still. Your life is shaped by your thoughts. Think clearly, and you'll live clearly. We gain through loss, and we lose through gain. Both are teachers. No matter how busy you are, make space for reading. Those who don't, choose ignorance with open eyes. When you let go of who you think you are, you begin to discover who you could become. Happiness is when someone understands you. Greater happiness is when someone loves you. But real happiness is when you love. Temperance is the first step toward virtue. Virtue is the first step toward greatness. Sometimes we see many things, yet miss the one truth that matters. The snow goose doesn't bathe to be white, it simply is. Be yourself, and purity follows naturally. The wise man knows what he doesn't know. Respect yourself, and others will mirror that respect. Without faith, the universe cannot move through you. What is evil to one person may be good to another. Time changes meaning. Everything flows. I have only 3 lessons: simplicity, patience, and compassion. Simplicity clears the mind. Patience strengthens the heart. Compassion connects the soul to all things. Being loved deeply gives strength. Loving deeply gives courage. The truth is near, yet we search far away. The answers hide in the simple, yet we chase the complicated. Every painful ending is the disguise of a new beginning. Forget the hurt, but never forget the kindness. The restless spirit sees only what it wants. The peaceful spirit sees what truly is. There is beauty in everything, but not everyone has the eyes to see it. Balance, virtue, and the flow of strength. The path of truth is open and wide. It's not difficult to walk. The challenge is that most refuse to take the first step. A man without shame has lost his soul. The greatest disgrace is not to sin, but to stop caring that you have. Stay flexible, and you'll never break. Stay humble, and you'll never be empty. Wear yourself out in service, and your heart will remain new. The man who chases 2 rabbits catches none. Health is the finest treasure, contentment the richest fortune, and confidence the truest companion. A mountain path grows clear when walked often, but quickly vanishes when forgotten. Habits, too, grow or die depending on use. It's easy to hate and hard to love. That's why all good things demand effort, and all bad things come easily. True knowing doesn't need learning. True seeing doesn't require eyes. True acting needs no struggle. Learning without thought wastes effort. Thought without learning is dangerous. Treat others the way you wish to be treated. It's the shortest road to goodness. Success can be as perilous as failure. Hope can echo the sound of fear. The truly moral don't brag about it. Their quiet integrity is their highest virtue. To make a mistake and ignore it, that's the real mistake. He who wishes to rise above others must first learn humility. The one who insults you gifts you his bitterness. You can refuse to accept it. Forgive, and you return that poison transformed into peace. A good man teaches through his life. A bad man teaches through his mistakes. Both are part of the same lesson. Study as though your goal is far away, and fear forgetting what you already know. Loneliness, when embraced, becomes strength, but the fear of solitude blinds you from meeting your true self. Every book hides a doorway to understanding. Open it, and the world widens. By denying natural desire entirely, the spirit begins to fracture. Moderation restores harmony. Be yourself without comparison. Do not race walk your path in calm strength. Those who stop competing eventually win respect from all. The one who tries to insult you only harms himself. A man with courage to die is brave, but a man with courage to live truthfully is even braver. Glory isn't found in never falling, it's in rising after every fall. Focus on what's essential. Ignore what's trivial. Act truthfully, not just dutifully. Don't worry about being known, worry about being worth knowing. Once you stop fearing death, life opens fully. The superior person speaks with modesty but acts with excellence. Haste destroys creation. Patience completes it. The one who asks a question is foolish for a minute. The one who never asks stays foolish for life. Truth spoken too early can wound. When virtue fades, rules take its place, but rules without heart are the beginning of decay. Great things grow from quiet persistence. Recognize your smallness, and you gain true power. Friendship is one mind housed in 2 souls. Contentment arises from knowing your limits. Excessive pride leads to disaster. To win, sometimes you must yield. To move forward, sometimes you must step back. Like water by bending, it conquers all. Leadership, wisdom, and the quiet path. When true strength fades, the form remains. Rituals replace understanding. No great work exists without steady effort. Every brilliant creation grows from dull repetition. Realizing how small you are is not weakness, it's awakening. A true friend shares one heart in two bodies. He who knows his limits lives in peace. Too much pride leads men to ruin. Sometimes bending leads to victory. Sometimes yielding becomes the greatest triumph. Those who cling too tightly to power will lose it. Those who act gently end up guiding the world. Pride blinds, humility reveals. A man who lowers himself rises higher than he knows. Offense gives you energy. Transform it into strength instead of hate. What is a good man but a bad man's teacher? What is a bad man but a good man's task? Each completes the other's lesson. Study without arrogance, learn without fear, and stay humble even as you grow wise. Loneliness, once accepted, becomes peace. You'll never know your depth if you're afraid to be alone. Every book holds a whisper of wisdom. Listen, and you'll never stop learning. A man who stays true to himself, without envy or competition, earns universal respect without asking for it. Those who harm you harm themselves more deeply. A man with outward courage dares to die, but a man with inward courage dares to live. Reflection, peace, and completion. Our highest glory isn't in never falling, it's in rising every time we fall. A wise man clings to the essence and releases the rest. He acts with honesty, never needing rules to restrain him. Don't worry about fame, seek to become someone worth remembering. If you no longer fear death, there's nothing left to chain you. The superior person speaks gently but acts powerfully. Those who rush achieve nothing lasting. Those who begin and end with care rarely fail. The fool stays silent in ignorance. The wise stay humble in learning. Truth revealed before its time can destroy. Virtue fades to kindness. Kindness fades to justice. Justice fades to ritual. And ritual without spirit is decay. No great light shines without long darkness first. Every spark is born of friction. To know your limits is power. To bow is to rise. To let go is to gain. Friendship is one heart beating in two souls. Those who know balance live free from need. Pride brings downfall. Humility brings peace. Yield, and you'll prevail. Bend, and you'll endure. Be still, and you'll see. Be empty, and you'll be full. The one who flows with life, not against it, finds freedom. The one who listens more than he speaks discovers truth. Everything you seek already exists within you. The journey ends where it began, in stillness, awareness, and peace.